It's on. You good? It's too many things. Right?
It's all good.
Yeah. Hey there, it's Phil Ratcliffe, and welcome to another one of our live broadcasts. Today we are lucky to have Chris Jones on with Warhol and Wall Street. Thanks so much for coming, Chris.
Thanks for inviting me.
And these guys do great marketing, and they do it in their own characteristic way, which I think is awesome. We're going to talk about authenticity. I think that's like what you guys are about, and you guys are really going to enjoy it. Whether you're a small business owner, you're a person that is soaking this in as a consumer or so, or you're a bigger business, because you guys have worked with a lot of bigger businesses.
Yes.
I think this is going to be interesting to a very wide swath. So, first of all, one of the things that just intrigued me about your name, because we're Columbus, right? Like,
Yeah.
where does the name come from for your firm, and what's it about?
Yeah, so my business partner and I, we started an online magazine called Flypaper Online Magazine.
Yeah, I saw that on your LinkedIn.
About a little over 10 years ago now, about 10 years ago now. And, Flypaper was all about, just connecting people here in Columbus. I'm from Columbus. I'm from Cleveland. My business partner's from Akron. Our other partner was from Columbus. And so it was really just that kind of trifecta.
Triangle, right?
People, but here we still wanted to harness that spirit and energy. And then going into Warhol and Wall Street, we were kind of ahead of our time a little bit. So we were an online magazine when everything was print, radio, and TV, and that's where the dollars were going. So that kind of by default had us go into content creation. So it has become one of the first content creators, because maybe I don't spend money on, the big money on your advertising, but you can do my video, or you can create some social messages for me, or some things like that.
It started in 2011, so that's before people were
so
really
that
getting
was
into the
before,
social, right? For business. I mean, people were there, but not necessarily
Twitter,
the business, right?
Things just super new. So just getting into that, we were just kind of interacting with personalities. So that's your influencers.
Okay.
That's creating small videos for smaller companies and saying, hey, throw us a couple extra $100. Let us put that across social media and Facebook and Twitter. So just testing some things out, because out of necessity, but it was cool. And I got to work with this DJ or that designer or this firm that was maybe smaller to medium that was doing some cool stuff, and we got to collaborate.
Okay.
So over time we said, man, just looking at the industry of the market, we said, why can't we be the leaders of this? Why can't we be the strategists that bring these people together and do some really cool culturally related things? And then I'll fast forward the Warhol and Wall Street story and the name, just to say that once we said yes, we need a marketing firm and all of that, like, the essence of the name is not Jones, Terrell, or whomever, associates, or this marketing.
You have a little bit more timelessness, right?
It's like, what's the essence of what we do? We want to connect the art and business in a more seamless way, in a better way, in a more strategic way. So, what being, one of the, especially at the time and now, really timelessly, that kind of connection between art and pop culture. It's our guy, Andy Warhol. And then on the Wall Street side, well, what, mostly supposed to represent the, like the culmination of business success. And, meeting your metrics and doing those things, Wall Street. And just kind of playing around with those two together, Warhol Wall Street, Warhol Wall Street.
I like it, it's creative.
Warhol and Wall Street.
Make people put their thinking cap on, right?
Come together, exactly. So, and it allowed us to stay relevant and stay in the culture, stay in the moment, work with creatives and other companies and people that we felt we can make impact with, and that's what it's about.
Awesome. That is a good story. I like it. So one of your core missions, I think, I was really reading through all your things, was to nurture an economy of creative cultural producers. So tell us, I mean, obviously that's a sophisticated, some words there, but I think it has a deeper meaning. So like, explain to us a little bit about that versus just, I think a lot of marketing agencies are just about dollars a lot of times,
Well, for us, it's because of that passion of how we started. So We always go back to this example. We're probably gonna give them a couple more hits, but I'm cool with that because I love it. It's T-shirt wars on YouTube. Back in 2006, there's these two guys, 256 shirts, and one animator. And so these shirts were, if I had a dart on this shirt and a dartboard on that one, well, I'll act like I'm throwing the dart, and then I take the shirt off, of course, and then the next one, the dart's on the shirt, and there's nothing on this shirt. And the animator is the one who, well, they all kind of work together to animate that to where it looked like a dart was being thrown and it landed on the shirt. And the other guy's like, oh, shoot, and you know, 256 shirts, which is probably 100 and something animations or whatnot.
It's almost like claymations with T-shirts.
But what happened from that is they 20 million views or something like that at that time. And a firm representing McDonald's said, hey, would you like to do this for McDonald's? And McDonald's said, yes, I would like. And then they said, yes, I would like to do that for McDonald's. For sure. And then, but that was a cool cultural moment. It was something that I got to take advantage of pop culture, but everyone benefited. And we like that kind of everyone benefit. So that creating that culture of, you know, cultural producers is, you know, creatives aren't just your established big firms. They aren't just, you know, starving artists. They aren't just, they're all of these things. You know, and they are, they help us to stay relevant to the moment, stay relevant to what is authentic to what people want now. And so it shouldn't just be this one idea, this one team of producers, and this one idea being driven forward, because then, like a lot of
maybe not just pop, right? It's like, let's get stuff in there before it gets commercialized and what like actually means something to
let's
people.
Make it authentic, and let's use those who are authentically producing.
So that is my next question. So I like that you guys are very community oriented, and you know, you talk a lot about the creating an authentic brand experience, and what makes people's or companies' brand more authentic, and what do you believe is the benefit to that to those people or companies of being authentic rather than maybe pop or just commercialized?
So one of our core values is don't create with your end user in mind, create with your end user. So what that means for us is it's like that leading with the strategy, leading with the intention, leading with the data points or the purpose, and then determining what you need. Because it's not always, I want to get 10,000 more likes, or I need a website. Maybe, but you could do those things, and what if 5 people come to it? Or what if you get 10,000 likes, but no one clicks through to do anything?
I guess when you just said that, it kind of made me think, is like, quit trying to trick people into buying your stuff and just connect with them.
Well, I mean, marketing is manipulation, right? But it's about how are you manipulating, and what is your intention? What is your purpose? Are you doing it just to make money? Are you doing it just to solve a problem? What are you doing it for, and how does that relate to the people that you're trying to reach? And so for us, authenticity is, you know, how can we, at the very front end, find out as much as we can about the end user or involve them as much as possible in that end product, or at least the first draft of that first product. So that way we know we're closer connected, because we like to pay a lot of attention to data, and we'll tweak things. You know, that's the A/B, that's the sustained listening, social listening. But to start right, or to start closer to right, is a little better for us, and it keeps you more authentic because you listen.
So, and I think, I feel like if you're really doing that, unless you have like a big company that already has a huge audience, that could be challenging, right? Because like, how do you get those first nibbles to get it going, even if you are authentic and have a good message, right? That's
Well, understanding your audience, right? So we have, we also have a program where we just do data insights for companies. So that way you don't have to pay 10 grand to do this big research project and all, which you know, if you can, you should one day.
Can, right,
that'd be awesome to know things, right? And I can do things, but for us, it's
then we could be creepy like Amazon and remarket back on the stuff that you just visited 5 minutes ago.
Look up something, it pops up everywhere. And you can still take advantage of that, of course, through the ad networks and all. But man, that threw me off a little bit.
No, it's alright. I apologize.
No, but in talking about being authentic, and thinking with your end user in mind. It's really just about always, our data program. See,
yes,
we start talking about Amazon, and now you think about all.
Like, I haven't finished my shopping.
All kind of things go into that, but so then that way for pass you can do a 3-year deep dive for a reasonable amount, at least on your social, your email, your web presence. Know where am I today? Yeah. If it's present, well, we can do some monitoring for you at a reasonable, price, depending on what you're doing, and let you know where you are right now. Or if your campaign's already passed and you say, I just want to know what that did, and I don't have those analytics, we can do that big recap and say, hey, this is where you are, but also throughout that provide insights on what you should be doing.
Sure.
So that's how you can, if you're a smaller agency or a smaller company or a nonprofit or something, you can still take advantage of those data insights and still be authentic, because, and maybe you don't want to do those things. There's still other ways to get to how do we more authentically and meaningfully connect to that audience that you want to reach. Because if you're providing value to them,
I mean, there's got to be balance, right? I mean, like, if you're just doing creative stuff that has horrible customer service or whatever, then nobody wants that. But on the flip side, I don't think most people just want a non-emotional, non-involved company that doesn't align with their values, and they're not doing anything new either, right? So you got to, like, have people in different things. It seems to me like you and your co-founder Yogi balance each other out some on that too, right? You from reading through your stuff and talking to you, like some more of the analytical stuff, and you guys team up with lots of creatives as well too. So you even do that yourselves, right?
Definitely. Yeah. He's definitely that big picture guru, and I'm definitely that strategic guru of sorts. And then we can kind of bounce back and forth, and then I can get creative, and he can get the strategic, and then the rest of our team and those who are involved in our projects can kind of add to that spice, and then we can hopefully bring in some of those end users that we talked about and create something that means something, and that will make individuals do something.
It seems like you're doing a good job growing your team. I was looking at, it's like Rita, is it Elsbeth?
Elspeth.
That is a very unique,
That's a
cool
unique
name.
and cool name, right? ELSPD. But a lot of cool members.
Malcolm, I saw just had an anniversary with you guys recently.
One of our first. So definitely a great team. We love strategists. We love people who can think, or people who are tactically, good at something, but are. We say you gotta want to be connected. Yeah. If you could be connected in your craft or in your community or in your area that you have passion in, or maybe we can make a connection, or maybe throughout this network you'll make a connection with someone. But you have to have that drive to be connected, and then you can make connections. Yeah.
I like the fact that I feel just from looking at you guys, you're staying kind of authentic. I think we were just talking about earlier that movie that you guys, the documentary that you made about Harlem and staying connected with some of the musicians.
Yeah, so they were actually across the board. So our Harlem Renaissance campaign through Larry and Donna James, GCAC, and many of the great sponsors and our great team on that. It's all about, it's a 100-year anniversary of the Harlem Renaissance, which is Harlem, right?
Sure.
And Columbus had some connections, but for us it's all about reclaiming that spirit of that time, the artistic freedom, expression, and doing that through those artists who are doing it today. So they're performers, they're musicians, they're producers, they're poets, visual artists, and that's kind of the mix of who we took to Harlem for this 2.5-day trip during Harlem Week to just experience their craft and the place where it started.
That's cool.
So then that way they can report through this documentary. We just had a premiere at the Gateway.
Just last week, right?
Just last Friday.
Super.
That they can show you how that felt to experience it at that place, but then keep that spirit alive.
And we're humans, right? We don't want to just like see it or read about it. You want to see how other people feel about it. We don't feel, right? So, well, we got the trailer here. Let's play that real fast so you guys can see that trailer. And then how is that going to be released eventually?
So we have we did the premieres, and we are either going to do we're definitely going to have them on social as individual segments eventually, but people may be able to see that whole documentary as well.
Sweet. All right, well, let's play the trailer and we'll be right back. It's always tough too because when
I always read about data and all of those security and all those things.
It's a balance, right? There's so much good you can do with it, but there's so much bad.
Oh man.
All right, we're back. Hope you guys enjoyed that trailer. They put a lot of awesome creative spirit and work into that. So hopefully sometime in the near term it'll be released where you two will be able to see it, even though you guys had a more exclusive kind of premiere of that, right?
Yeah.
So anything you kind of like to leave people with, like through that project or what so that. In terms of feel of it, authenticity,
so,
how that comes back to what you guys do as a brand. And
so we like to say we do damn good work, right? And if I put that in an RFP or something, I say we love our puns, and and that comes through the work that our clients say, damn you delivered. But for West, that means D is dope creative, or that's our branding work. That's the Harlem Renaissances. That's the Change Starts Here campaigns, the big ideas. A is authentic engagement. So that could be the video that you just saw, Huntington video. That could be content creation, social media, just the content creation we talked about before, the things that really connect to people. Meaningful experiences. So meaningful experiences for us are this whole experience of the Harlem Renaissance. The whole taking 5 artists to Harlem. Doing unique events, we took over Gallery Hop in August, and the whole, it was, Gallery Hop, it was the Harlem Renaissance at Gallery Hop. So we have, to this day, if you walk up and down High Street, there are 12 murals that are all black artists.
Oh, that's cool.
There were about 6 galleries during that Gallery Hop that had black artists.
So the murals plus the galleries.
I think we sold about, or those artists sold about $30,000 worth of work that weekend.
Cool.
Or weekend and extended, and then now there's an artist, Percy King, and Marshall Shorts, who have the 36 chamber art gallery in the gallery. So for us, that authenticity, that being behind the scenes, but also being able to see those individuals who are behind the scenes come out and be the main spotlight.
Get some spotlight for the cool stuff that they've done.
That's what Harlem Renaissance is about. That's the authenticity. And that meaningfulness is that it's not about us, it's not about the sponsors, it's about those individuals, that the end user. They are the end user, and the spotlight that they get, and then now the other end user are the people who get to enjoy them.
That's awesome. You should put that straight up on your website. You're walking a fine line, though, right? Well, good deal. Well, we kind of hit the end of it. Is there anything you'd like to leave people with in terms of, get into that more authentic, meaningful message, rather than the same old marketing, and we've been flashing up underneath your name, your all's website, and also the phone number we've posted below so people can get in contact with you. But what would you like to leave them with in terms of, it seems like you guys are unique and trying to bring that to the world?
Well, first of all, since we're ending, I have to say I apologize for my nature. I'm getting a haircut later for a holiday party.
High resolution.
High resolution, I know, so you can probably see it all. But beyond that, the end part of that is new and innovative ideas. So, so it says damn, but it's really, this is how we deliver impact. And this is how impact should be, in our eyes, expressed. So it starts with that idea, starts with what you're trying to achieve, then you do the KPIs, then you do a strategy, you put the team together, then you see, is this really, authentic, is it real, test it out, and then you do it. And then you kind of value and you check it out during it, and at the end of it, you appropriately let people know, like, that it was something. Do some FOMO, tell them why they missed out, so then if you do it again, you are, they're asking for it now. Like, oh man, I missed out last time.
You got a crowd. So. Or they can, but you can go to Vimeo and watch it, right?
Yeah, or you can go to Vimeo and watch it, or when we release them, or any other campaign.
You guys post a lot on your Facebook. I appreciate it. I like a lot of the stuff
we like to be fun. I mean, we said if we're going to be if we're content creators, we need to be content creators.
For sure.
So you'll see a lot more of that in 2019 as well. So I guess that's one thing I'll leave you with, is that, in being authentic and in being meaningful and doing damn good work, per se, do it with intention. Do it with intention for the people that you're trying to reach. Do it with want to be authentic to whomever you're trying to give value to. Because if you're not providing value to people, especially in these days, you have digital, you have distractions everywhere. Then you won't cut through. You won't be heard. You'll be one amongst. And you want to be unique. You want to be an individual. You want to be worldwide. So you have to stand out. You have to cut through that. And
we can be individuals together.
We can be individuals together, and you can provide value to individuals, to your end users, to your target audiences, in unique and meaningful ways. Or you come call us, and we'll help you. Get you on the right track.
But we like it, Chris.
However it happens, like if that's your focus, and if you involve the right people, you will create some great work, and we'll be celebrating you. That's what it's about. It's about
awesome.
Good work and reaching people in meaningful ways.
Well, we like your message. Like our main tagline is "People before profit." Yes. Obviously, you can't go negative and go out of business, but it just can't be about that, you know, because we're people. It should be about people, you know, and I like it. So thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate everything you do. If you guys don't already, follow them on Vimeo or YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. Like Chris said, they're always creating content. I think that you guys are going to be a company to watch. I mean, not that you're not already, but you guys jump on board. Join us next week. We're going to have Jay Close in here. We're going to be talking about their Unreal Collective, which is almost like a community incubator, which I think is going to be really cool. So come in and join us. Hope you guys have a great weekend. It's a little chillier, still nice outside, and hope you're warming up and prepared for the holidays. See you next week.
Happy holidays.
Shut them down. Good job, man. That was awesome.
Awesome.
That was probably one of our better ones.
Thanks, man.
You did a good job.
Awesome.
So what do you? So what do you got coming up here this weekend or in the next couple weeks before you guys are probably slowing down for the holidays?
A bunch of holiday parties tonight. One of our business coaches, big holiday party he does every year.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're doing that. I have my fraternity is doing one tomorrow.
At OSU?
No. Alpha Phi Alpha. Did you go to OSU? Across the grass.
Yeah. I think I saw something, because I troll before I do these things, right? But I thought I saw something because Yogi had his Facebook link to your all stuff, so I clicked over and he's like, I'm thinking about doing the New Year's party in my house. Right? You have to tell him. I do my due diligence before we do these things. Everything was good?
Yeah, it was good.
That's awesome. So we'll try to tag up anybody you mention and all this stuff, so we'll try to get some extra publicity.
Just shoot you an email with some tags.
Awesome. And you can do it too. So like if you reshare and put some comments on there where you mention them, it works just as good. But we try to get as much as possible because I mean it's awesome to get some extra shout outs and like because it helps all the good things that people are doing. And if you spend a bunch of work on it or whatever the case, it's nice to have some more people recognized with like community and what's so. Yeah, cool. Well, any questions for me or what's up? So yeah, it's up on Vimeo, it's up on YouTube, it's up on LinkedIn. And then if you guys do want any of the higher res stuff, you can just have whoever does the more media oriented stuff reach out to us. We can Dropbox the higher res or